Welcome back. Today marks the first of our monthly interview segments with KU Student Senate. Joining us today is Student Senate Communications Director Isaac Bahney. Thanks for being here, Isaac.
Hey, it's good to be here with you.
Awesome. As we reported earlier in the show, Senate approved a fee increase to help fund the construction of the Nude Bridge Union. And you know, the Bridge Union is huge accessibility to so many students because they use it for so many resources. Why was this a good use of the students' fees?
Absolutely. So as part of the campus master plan, as we see where the university is headed in the coming years, there's definitely a push towards that central district. There's some new science buildings that are going to be going up in that area. The university had already made the decision to get rid of the Bridge Union, so then it was on to Student Senate to decide whether or not we wanted to build a new one in its place. And we decided that that was important. For the reasons you said, there's a lot of students down in that area. We feel like the way the Bridge Union is set up now, it's not quite accessible enough, so being able to have more meeting spaces down there. One of the big features of it is that there's going to be about a 12,000 square foot ballroom down there, which is much bigger than the one we have in the regular union. So this is really going to help out, especially when you have, like, for example, engineering job fairs, other big events on campus. They can now be able to go down there and access that.
Wow, that seems like a really awesome resource that students will be able to use. This week, a bill was also passed that eliminated gendered pronouns from Senate's rules and regulations. Why did the senators push for this change as well?
You know, I think as the governing body here at the University of Kansas, I think one thing's really important to us is to be able to create as inclusive of a place as possible. And I know a lot of people might read through rules and regulations and it might not affect them. They might just read through it, not really understand it. But for some people, having those gender-specific pronouns, that turns them off. That makes them feel like they're not included, that they're not wanted. So we want to be able to create an environment where every student feels welcome, every student feels like they are wanted. And our hope is that by passing this legislation, this can serve as a catalyst for other groups on campus, other governance departments here in Kansas and around the Big 12, around the nation, to be able to follow suit.
Yeah, because I think there's other places already here at KU where there's already gendered pronoun places. Like, for example, I think the Union has already a couple places like that. Is that correct? Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. And then a couple of weeks ago, Student Senate changed the campaign spending limits for Senate campaigns. Some students are worried this may keep lower income students from returning from office. What effect do you see this change having for these students who want to run?
Absolutely. So one thing that we really did in order to help engage with student body is to kind of make the process a little longer. Basically, how it used to be set up is your coalition would form, and then basically the very next week you're out there campaigning. There's really not much time to get organized. There's not any time to start fundraising, to meet with alumni, meet with business leaders in the community to get those funds. We believe that by expanding the process out, giving people a little more time to do that fundraising, that gives them that opportunity to be able to go out there, to be able to raise those funds, and to be able to compete.